Hi guys, greetings to you all, and you are welcome once again to the Stratford Africa channel. This is your match reaction video to the Burnley game we played yesterday in the Premier League. Manchester United 3, Burnley 1. We are at the business end of the season, and because of that, the matches are coming thick and fast. Every now and here there's matches, so we don't have time. We haven't really gotten time to do the other stuff we promised to do on this channel because of the nature or the way the season is panning out. There's always games here and there, so the channel is more or less reduced to match reactions and match previews. But it's not our fault. Even of late, me myself, I've been very busy. If you monitor the channel, you realize that I couldn't even react to the Granada game. Ramadan and other stuff is keeping me a little bit busy. So my apologies for that. But hopefully this upcoming weekend we'll be having a very free midweek. This is the first time in the season that United will be going through a midweek without playing a game. So with that space afforded us, let's see what we can do on the channel about other all football and other stuff during the midweek. So I urge you all to subscribe to the channel and look forward to whatever will be coming on later on in the week. So let's jump straight into the game. As I said earlier on, it was a game we won 3-1 against Burnley. And now finally, our Burnley curse has been broken. We have now been able to beat Burnley at Old Trafford. From almost like their last 4 or 5 visits to Old Trafford, we didn't get a win. A lot of them have ended in draws, and the last one to this one, they won 2-0. So thank God that this time around we'll be able to put that Burnley Old Trafford curse behind us, and let's hope subsequent games against them we keep performing this way. Burnley, as we all know, Burnley, they are very physical, direct, and set piece oriented side. If you watch the game yesterday, all they came to do was try and get set pieces and use that to punish us. Even though we reacted well and we defended some of them very well, we lost concentration one, and that resulted into their equalizer. That being said, I think generally it was a good performance overall. The boys really played well, and they were up to the fight. Physically, they were very up to the fight. Whatever team Burnley brought their way, they matched them up. And that being said, I think it was a game we dominated from start to finish. So we really deserve to win that game, and we want to and won it. If you want to really understand what I'm saying, unless you take a look at the match stats, some facts from the game, this will paint the clearer picture for you to understand that it was a game United really dominated, and United should have won, which fortunately for them they won. So let's look at some few stats from the game. Let's do, first of all, like ball possession, for example. Manchester United had the most ball possession. We had most of the ball because we played 69% against Burnley's 31%. And then shots, we had 17 total shots against Burnley's total shots of 10. And out of our 17 shots, 9 shots were on target. And out of Burnley's 10 shots, only 3 of them were on target. We had 610 passes against Burnley's 266. Clearances, our defenders cleared 16, or we had 16 clearances, and Burnley had to do 29. So you see that we are really on them trying to get goals. And then we committed 2 offsides and they committed 4. You see that they are very, very direct. Because we had more of the ball and they were trying to catch us on the break, so they committed more offsides than us. And then from out of the 69% possession we had, we created 18 chances, and Burnley created only 10. So we created 8 more chances than they did. And then out of the 18 chances, 5 of them were big chances. We created 5 big chances, and Burnley got only 2 big chances from their total of 10 chances. So that being said, this will tell you that it was a game truly we really deserve to win. As I said earlier, we want to won the game. So now what does this result mean moving forward? This result now means that we are just about 8 points behind Manchester City. So people are beginning to ask the question that, is the title race back on now? It's a funny one to ask though. But you know, in football, we can't rule anything out. We just have to concentrate on ourselves, just as what's the name? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said after the game. We have to concentrate on ourselves and do whatever we have to do right. Make sure we win the remaining of our games and hope something happens to Manchester City. If something doesn't happen to them, we take the second finish and move on to next season and try and build on it. And if you are lucky enough and something happens to them, let's see whether we can capitalize and take the advantage. Because this thing is not new. It has happened before. In the 2010-2011 season, Manchester United lost the Premier League title to Manchester City. Or in the same situation, with 6 games to go, City were 8 points behind United. And they kept on pushing and pushing, and they won the league on the final day of the season. Remember that Aguero goal? Yes, I'm talking about that season. So, just as Oli said, stranger things have happened more than catching an 8-point gap. But let's not get too early of ourselves. Let's just concentrate and take it game after game, and see whether we can win all the remaining 6 games and see what will happen to Manchester City. They lost the FA Cup final, and if they lose the Champions League final, pressure will start to build on them. If they don't control that pressure well, things might not go well for them. So that being said, let's move straight to and look at our player ratings for today. Today, player ratings, Dean Henderson. There's a few players that I've taken notes of that I would like to talk a little bit more about. Henderson, for yesterday, his performance, it wasn't that great. He did a lot of things wrong, even though he didn't cost us. Example, most of them was his timing. The timing of his runs outside his line. He tried to clear a couple of balls that he didn't time his runs well. A lot of them, I really thought like he was rushing. He was in a haste, because it looks as if the defenders had those situations under control. So he really wasn't needed to rush out like he did. And even in one of those situations, he rushed and he crashed into Lindelof, who was trying to hit the ball. We had people in front of him who could control those situations, but he just kept coming out and coming out and coming out. So moving on, he has to really work on his timing and time those runs very, very well. If not, they will cost us more goals than they will save us goals. Even in the early minutes of the game, it nearly cost us the goal, because we are just fortunate to have been saved by that offside flag. And people are trying to say that goal wasn't an offside. It was offside. The guy's foot was a little bit ahead of Shaw's. It was a clear offside. So that being said, I think our Henderson's performance was a very average one. So he gets a score of 6 for me. And in our defensive line, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, and Luke Shaw gets a 7, and the remaining of them will get 6 out of 10 for me. Wan-Bissaka gets a 6, Lindelof 6, Maguire 6. Even though they really dealt with the physicality of Wood and the other forwards from Burnley, but I thought, my opinion, was an average game from them. So in midfield, Fred had to go off early. I really didn't think it was a fault from him. I think it was a tactical change. Yes, we needed to drop Pogba into the midfield and get Cavani on the field. So on the midfield, Fred didn't play the whole game, so Fred gets a score of 6. Pogba will give a score of 7. Bruno Fernandes played very, very well yesterday. Of late, he has been playing well, but because he doesn't get the stats, he doesn't get the assists and the goals, people are sweeping his performances under the radar. But it was very, very good. Bruno also gets a 6. A 7 out of 10 score for me. And then in our front line, we had Greenwood, Rashford, and Cavani. Cavani came on in the second half. Greenwood for yesterday was very, very superb. His performance, he's one of the players I've noted down to talk about. His performance, his all-round performance yesterday was very good, and he got rewarded with 2 amazing goals. Now he seems to be getting the goals back. Let's just hope it moves on like that and enter into next season. As I said earlier, this season our other forwards hasn't been firing, so Greenwood seems to be picking up his goal scoring form again. So let's hope it continues that way. And Rashford yesterday too was very, very good. Rashford was very, very good. He was very direct. He was attacking the Burnley defense with the ball, and almost all of his dribble attempts were successful. He really tore them apart yesterday, until I think he got another injury and he left the field. So Rashford, I'll give a score of 8. Greenwood will get a score of 8/10 for me, and Cavani will get a score of 7/10 for me. And I think all in all, with the impact Greenwood had on the game, I think Greenwood is my man of the match. So let me know what you think about the game in the comment section, and who was your man of the match, and what do you think about the performance in general. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and hit a like on the video. Let's get the video to other people to come and watch. Please share it and invite more people to the community. So I think that being said, I think this is where we bring the video to an end. And as just I said earlier on, there will be more on this channel during this midweek. You know, the news have just broke about the European Super League and Jose Mourinho being sacked from Tottenham Hotspur. So there's a lot really happening in the football world. So we will have to react to them later on in the week. So keep your fingers crossed and watch out for more content on the channel. So until we meet again, then have a nice time. Bye bye.